Hey there. Thanks for checking out my videos here on YouTube. I do greatly appreciate it. I thought I'd go over a real simple little screenshot of kind of my listings on Turo. Just kind of get a general idea of how I post my cars and just how I market them. So right now I don't do anything in the way of heavy pushing as far as I don't run a local ad. I don't do decals on the car. I don't do the magnetic strips on the back. I don't really do very much in the way of marketing. Most of my stuff is word of mouth or literally right through Turo. So I'm just going to start getting into doing the business cards. I'm going to start doing probably just a general little introduction letter to a couple local insurance agents. I've got one agent that was actually somewhat interested because they're having a hard time finding rental cars for vehicles that might be beyond their usual 14-day cycle. So that might be something where I can work my numbers a little bit, and instead of playing with the day amount, play with the dollar amount. So I might come up with an option there where I can say, hey, you know what, you can take the Outlander for 3 weeks or till the end of the month at a set price, but not through Turo. And again, I'm just trying to work that through my broker to see what I would need to get covered from that end. And it may just be a matter of booking it through Turo, but then setting the price accordingly. So it's one of those things we're working on. So it might be something we see in the future. But right now I've been relying pretty much exclusively on Turo for the last year. But now I've got another car, which is the Genesis. I'm going to need to find a way to fill that time a little bit. And I think getting out there and I guess shaking hands and saying hello to folks, and hopefully I can find a small business or an insurance company that can give me some referrals. So we'll see what happens as far as that's concerned. But let's take a look at the listings that I've got on the internet. I do apologize. I don't have any of the software set up for doing screen capture or anything along that line. So we're essentially still just using the phone. But bear with me a little bit. So we'll walk through everything and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so I don't think that looks too bad. I think that kind of gives you an idea what it is. So if you're taking a look here, so right now, this is my Genesis right at the top of the listings, which is great. You know, as far as an option is concerned, that's spectacular. What we're looking at, price point wise, there you go. I think that's better. So we're looking at price point wise is I'm about $63 right now, and I've got it priced a little higher than the competition right now. Main reason being is I wanted to take a couple days and do some reconditioning work on it. I still need to do a shampoo, the carpet, a few other little things. I figured if I'm priced up a little high, I can have it posted, and I can lower the price later on, and we'll just see how it goes. I probably need to correct that by about $10. So right now we're at 63 bucks. That's for a daily booking. So we've got it down here just so we get an idea what the competition is kind of locally. So on the map, which is right over here, so if we take a look, this is me. So right now, most of the Turo hosts are actually down in St. Jacobs, Cambridge, Guelph area. There's a couple kind of tucked along here in Goderich, and there's one out in, I think, Harriston. But that's it. Like, I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere to a certain extent, which is, it's a negative and it's a positive. I'm not competing with all the guys here. And I do get this kind of little area right along in here that I seem to do okay with. At least I've been doing okay with the Outlander. We'll see what we'll do with the four-door sedan. But we take a look, when we're looking at Turo, so we've got a Genesis, and a Genesis is really kind of a full-size car. It's big in comparison to what they kind of got it lined up with. Like, for instance, a Mazda 3 really isn't a comparable car. The price point-wise, it should be cheaper because it's a Mazda 3, but you see it's a 2014. He's at 50, I'm at 63, so I need to adjust my price. Then we've got a Toyota Corolla. Again, I don't think a 2013 Toyota Corolla. I'm not saying that it's not in the same league. I'm just saying that Turo doesn't really categorize the cars by by brand or by sizing. They kind of seem to just do four-door. It's a four-door car. It's priced this amount. At least that's what I'm finding. So if you've got yourself a unique car, like if you look down here, like there's a little Mazda 2 for $50, Chevy Cruze for $65. C-Class Benz, that's a nice car for $55 as well. And if you take a look, so what I like to look is, so he's in Markdale. So Markdale is a fair way from me. That's a good drive. And he's got no trips out of that car. Let's see, what do we got going up here? So Mazda 3 with 113 trips on it. So you can see that there's a couple hosts here. They're quite busy. And they all tend to be in like the bigger centers like London, Kitchener. Toyota Camry. I think a Camry would be pretty comparable to the Genesis. I think they're about the same size car. So he's at $143. And again, the client would have had to go in and adjust the pricing, because the Turo pricing wouldn't be anywhere near that. It'd be much less. We're in the 150s. So you can kind of see that it's kind of all over the place. And that kind of puts us kind of where we're at. But I like to kind of take a look at this. So we're into a Mazda 3 with 8 trips. Toyota Corolla with 23 trips. A Mazda 3 with 113. Let's take a look at the Kitchener guy. Oh, Kristen. That's unusual. Let's see what she's got. Okay, so she's got 5 cars. So she's got an Odyssey, a Mazda 3, a Civic, and a Civic. So she's really using a formula. Like, good job. So she's been on since 2023. $75 trips, 107 trips. Got 5 stars and 4 stars kind of intermixed. Like, that's a really good host right there. No description though. So on mine, let's see if I've got it up. Let's have a little look here. So you can go to your page, so you can do a profile. Now, when I started, you were able to do this kind of with the car. So you could do a profile individually on the car itself and kind of tell, what it's all about, and kind of give you your little run through. So we do a little photo, put a little funny little cowboy photo on it. I thought that was kind of funny. And then I had a general rough idea of what I wanted to put in. And then I had AI, which ChatGTP, go over what I basically did as hot points and came up with a nice little about me. And what I made sure was on the about me, not only do I talk a little bit about my background and kind of what I'm looking for, that type of deal, but I also put in vehicle descriptions. So like the one vehicle, 2014 Mitsubishi Outlander GT. So, and then we got the Hyundai over here too as well. So again, so there's an actual description of the car and of the SUV there. Then down below, you can see we've got the pictures. Now the Outlander, freshly cleaned and ready to go. This one's actually the very first day I had the car. So I've got some fresh photos to go up. So we'll put those up shortly. Let's have a little look. So again, I thought that was a really nice little Photoshop. And then it breaks up into like a little category here. So they do this kind of little cell on it. I folded the back row seats up so people could see them. The all-wheel drive system. Again, just a very clean, straightforward photos. So, and again, I don't like to oversell the car. I'm not trying to tell anyone it's perfect or it's perfection, because it's an older car with some kilometers on it. And before, when they allowed you to put the description of the car, I actually made that really clear. Whereas now they've kind of said, okay, we're not doing. It must have been an issue with a lack of support from hosts actually writing stuff, or just badly written. But with AI, I think they should have just said, hey, you've got to do it through our chatbot. And they should have just had a template, which it's unfortunate. I thought it was a nice way of adding a dimension to the car as kind of a way of describing it. Take a little look here, check a little Guelph one. See, that's kind of our typical host in our area. So I rent to an awful lot of first generation Indians. It's quite amazing, actually. So the Indian community up in this neck of the woods seem to really enjoy Turo. I think it's a matter of the ease of licensing, also the ease of, you don't really need a credit card to pay for it. So he's got a 536 trips. So he's a fellow to watch. So he's got, again, a Toyota, a Mazda, and a Mazda. So he's got imports. I've been trying to stay with that cash car model. So he spent a little more money, but he's getting the trips out of it. That's CX-5. That was on my hit list. That has a potential, but they're hard to come by. So again, if you're out there, you're thinking of putting your car on Turo, I would recommend that you visit the site, have a little look locally, see what's being offered, and see if your vehicle kind of blends into it. So I'm out on to the 11th, the 20th on this one. So it's the 15th now, so it kind of gives you an idea. So we're 5 days out. There's some cars to book. So it's not that there isn't anything out there. If we go out a little further, we'll check out the December. So we can kind of see the market right now is really quiet, because we go to 30 days, they're all the same cars. So I always get worked up. I always think to myself, oh, is it dead? Is it quiet? Is it my car? Is it the pricing? But you can just see that pretty much it's quiet right now. Now, I've been told that December picks up because of the holidays and just people traveling. So we'll see what happens there. But that's kind of how I check it and see kind of what's going on Turo. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit. It's just a quick little view of kind of my postings, cars that are in the neighborhood, checking pricing as far as that's concerned, and just getting a general idea what it's all about. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit. I know it's a little longer video. I apologize for that. But again, once I get into like the screen capture stuff and we get some things going on, maybe we'll do some better shots. So again, thank you for your time. Have a pleasant and enjoyable evening.